there is breaking news concerning Seth Rollins' career in WWE. At SummerSlam 2022, Seth Rollins was originally scheduled to face Riddle in a grudge match, and over the past several weeks, we've seen this feud heat up, with Seth constantly attacking Riddle, including a recent attack where Riddle was stomped on the steel steps. And a few days later, after this attack, it was reported by WWE on Twitter and on the WWE show The Bump that Riddle vs. Seth Rollins has been canceled. It was reported that Rollins injured Riddle with a vicious attack on Raw that resulted in a brachial plexus injury, a stinger. Riddle is medically disqualified until full strength returns. Due to this injury, Riddle vs. Seth Rollins at SummerSlam has been postponed. And then Seth Rollins went to Twitter and said, "For anyone who purchased a ticket to SummerSlam hoping to see me in action, I apologize. I did everything I could over the last 6 months to earn my spot on this show, but some things are out of my control." So when everybody saw this report, they thought, wow, Riddle has an injury, and that is the reason why this match has been called off, why it has been canceled. Well, the truth is actually much more shocking, because the truth is, it's not Riddle who has an injury, that's just a storyline. The truth is that Seth Rollins is the one who is injured, and we currently don't know what the exact injury is. All we know is that over the past couple of weeks, Seth Rollins has been in and out of hospitals. And besides that, that is all we know at this moment, and that is the reason why this match has been called off. Even though there were some reports that suggested that the match was just called off because Randy Orton wasn't ready to return yet. Because there were rumors that Randy Orton was going to make a surprise return at SummerSlam and attack Seth Rollins. Well, that is not true whatsoever, and sadly, Seth is suffering from an undisclosed injury, and some of his close friends have even suggested that this could be the final hours of Seth Rollins' WWE career, and Seth could end up having to retire because of this unknown injury that we don't know what it is. Now, Seth Rollins has had a great career in professional wrestling. He's held basically every championship in WWE, and if he does have to retire very soon, then he should still be happy because he has had a very successful wrestling career, and there's nothing to be sad about. But at the same time, we don't know how bad this injury is. This could be a very bad injury, and it could be something that is even life-threatening. We don't know yet. These are all rumors, and we don't know the 100% truth. But we do know that Seth Rollins has been hospitalized, and hopefully this is not a serious injury. A lot of fans want to know, what does Becky Lynch think about this situation, and how is she reacting to her husband and the father of their daughter being in and out of the hospital over the last several weeks, and also having his match with Riddle get canceled out of the blue? Well, Becky Lynch is not taking this well whatsoever, and there is a shocking rumor going around that a big change will be taking place at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. So, at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, Becky Lynch is going to take on Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Of course, Bianca Belair is the champion, and Becky Lynch is the challenger. And this rematch has been built up for the last several months, and it had been said that this was supposed to be the final match in their feud. But sadly, from the looks of it, this match will not be taking place at the SummerSlam 2022 pay-per-view. Rumor has it that Becky Lynch is so distraught about her husband being hospitalized and being injured and having his match canceled that she is removing herself from the SummerSlam pay-per-view, and now WWE is going to have to think up a replacement for Becky Lynch. And this is very shocking news because everybody expected Becky Lynch to possibly win back the Raw Women's title and then hold it through WrestleMania 39 and set up the eventual Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch match at WrestleMania 39, where it would be a title for title match with Ronda being the SmackDown Women's Champion and Becky being the Raw Women's Champion. But from the looks of it, we don't know if we're even going to see Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 39, because at this moment, Becky Lynch is not going to be wrestling at all, because all she is worrying about is her husband and his health. And rumor has it that WWE has already picked a replacement for Becky Lynch for this pay-per-view for SummerSlam 2022. And it's rumored to be Rhea Ripley. Now, if you remember a few months back, Rhea Ripley was supposed to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Well, if this rumor is true and Becky Lynch is not going to wrestle at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, then we're going to see a match that was canceled a few months ago with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title. And all of these cancellations and issues come just days after Vince McMahon retired from WWE, and also we saw Brock Lesnar walk out and then come back on the same night on SmackDown this past week. So right now, WWE is very chaotic and a lot of crazy things are happening. So anything can happen right now. And hopefully Seth Rollins' injury is not that serious. And we will eventually see Riddle versus Seth Rollins, maybe at the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view, if Seth Rollins is healthy. And we will see Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view as well. But ultimately, this situation is all about Seth Rollins' help. And until Becky Lynch feels that Seth Rollins is in good hands and his injury isn't that bad, Becky Lynch is going to have to say goodbye to wrestling fans until she's ready to return. And that could possibly be for a long time. What are your thoughts on Seth Rollins versus Riddle being canceled? And what do you think about Becky Lynch removing herself from SummerSlam 2022? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss our next video.